Aiba, Aibu is somebody really cuckoo. Look at the people that are planning to boycott. Oh, no, not planning. They are boycotting Obama's library. Someone that cannot read want to boycott the library. Someone that cannot take a proper bath. Someone that did not pass through the four walls of university. You want to boycott library, the whole Obama's library? Honestly, some of these folks are hilarious. They're hilarious in the sense that 99% of them that are saying, oh, let's boycott Obama's library, let's boycott it, it's not worth it, it's not this, it's too cheap, it's too that, it's too expensive. Why must I use an ID card? A lot of them that do say that, they don't remember when last they took a pen and a paper to jot something down. Talk more of taking two pieces of papers to read, and they now have the right to say all of this. The jealousy is really real, guys. Anyways, welcome back. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I don't take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. With that being said, let's watch. I'll be back with commentaries.
You know, the only thing worse than overt racism is covert racism, especially the brand of covert racism practiced by mediocre white men like Bill Maher, who say they're slightly to the left, but they represent the everyday man in America, the everyday covert racist man in America. So Bill Maher took to his talk show to talk about the presidential library that just opened in the south side of Chicago, dedicated to Barack Obama. Let's take a listen.
You guys were both at the Obama Library.
Yeah.
Do we have a picture of the Obama Library? Because it looks like
Death Star.
It looks like something aliens built in Dubai.
I like it. Tough but fair.
Why do it cost $850 million?
Yeah.
I don't understand why progressives like this. Couldn't that, money be better spent on something else? Who's going to go to this? Why do we need a president?
Raul, what do you think?
Why does anyone need a presidential library? These monuments to somebody's ego out of office. Are you?
Yeah,
anybody here in this audience planning to go to the Obama presidential library?
Sure. There you go.
Really?
Oh, no, Bill, come on.
What a bunch of fucking liars you are. You're not going to the Obama library.
First, I know you all don't have the nerve to talk about the design of the Barack Obama Presidential Library when you all erected an obelisk that you stole from ancient Egypt and dedicated it to George Washington. But I digress. Moving right along. So back to Bill Maher and the covert racist white people that he represents, and a couple of rocket raccoons also. This is the first time that I've ever heard Bill Maher talk about the price of a presidential library. Considering there are 13 other presidential libraries that are physical libraries, not online digital libraries, that are dedicated to other presidents, other white presidents, that he doesn't talk about the cost or how they got their funding or how they're maintained. But somehow the presidential library dedicated to Barack Obama is an issue because it cost $850 million. $850 million that came from private funding. And to be clear on the ego part that Bill Maher in his mediocrity mentioned, this presidential library, unlike any presidential library in the past, is not about the ego of a president or his accomplishments. It's about the future and the community, because this presidential library and that $850 million that people are talking about is a campus. A campus that encompasses approximately 20 acres of land, did I mention, on the south side of Chicago, that includes not just the Presidential Library and Museum, a forum gathering place that includes auditoriums that are open to the public to use and exchange creative ideas. And then, of course, it's Barack Obama, so they're going to have basketball courts, like at the home court that includes an NBA-sized regulation court, as well as other various rooms that can be used for leadership summits and other community needs when it comes to their youth. Did we also mention that this campus includes a branch of the Chicago Public Library that can be used at any time during the hours of operation by anyone, just like a public library? Did we mention that? Okay. And we talk about a monolith to the ego of Barack Obama that includes the John Lewis Plaza, dedicated towards the memory of John Lewis and his accomplishments, while also being an open air place where anybody can come visit or hold events. We're not done. More on the ego-driven part at the Eleanor Roosevelt Fruit and Vegetable Garden area, where they also show community leaders how to build and maintain community gardens. Yeah. Didn't see that mentioned by Bill Maher. Did we also mention the ADA accessible playground that's available to children of all ages, free? The play. It's always about the kids, right? A 58,000 square foot lawn open to the public for you to go out on in the summer, spring, for casual picnics, or in the winter for sledding. Yeah, on the south side of Chicago. And then there's the structure you said looks like aliens built something in Dubai. But here's the thing. If aliens were going to transverse light years and come here and build something, it would make sense for them to build a monument to the greatness that humanity had to offer, and not its mediocrity. And of course, cost $850 million, not billion, $1 million, that was not funded by the government, but with private funds. And you talk about, well, couldn't those funds be spent for other things? You mean like the conservative Pentagon figure of $29 billion spent on a war of choice in Iran, which was probably closer to $200 billion of taxpayer money could have been spent towards better things, right? Or maybe Elon Musk can donate a couple of $1 billion, 2 or 3 of them, from his $957 billion net worth to do some better things. Yeah. And here's the thing. The whole argument that these mediocre, covert, and overt racists are having in their Rocket Raccoon surrogates about the cost and what could have been done with this money, you all are really making this too easy, because this money went into employing people to build this structure and this campus. It will go forward by keeping people on the south side of Chicago employed and inspired. And unlike previous presidential libraries, this library will be maintained by the Obama Foundation. The employment and the payment of all those people will be maintained by that foundation. except for the National Archives that will maintain the public records of the presidency. Yeah, there is that. And the truth of the matter is, these covert and overt racists and their Rocket Raccoon surrogates are not mad about the cost of the presidential library, because when one of those mediocre white men had a library that ran into the $850 million range, because when you adjust for inflation, the Bush presidential library, it was $500 million. But they're mad about the fact that this monument, this library, this open to the public campus exceeds anything that has been dedicated to any of the white men that ever served as president. And the thing is, it's mediocrity. Yeah, white mediocrity has always been intimidated by black excellence. And this mentality is the same mentality that burned down the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the worst massacre of black people in this country's history, that did the same thing at Rosewood, and that have always worked to destroy residents of black excellence. Yeah, y'all have the day you deserve. And remember what I said. Fuck Bill Maher.
Felon 47 supporters are boycotting the Obama Presidential Center. This might be the easiest boycott in American history. No one was expecting you to go in the first place. This is like me announcing I'm boycotting skydiving. Nobody asked, nobody noticed, nothing changed. They're acting like they're making some grand sacrifice. Excuse me, you were never planning a family trip to the Obama Presidential Center. You weren't sitting at the kitchen table, comparing ticket prices and checking hotel availability. You were never going. And can we talk about the fact they're boycotting a library? A library. You're announcing a boycott of a building full of books. Excuse me, who are you trying to threaten here? We all know you people don't read. You are all illiterate, knuckle-dragging Neanderthals. This is the political equivalent of somebody announcing they're boycotting kale when nobody has ever seen them eat a vegetable since the Clinton administration. A boycott is supposed to involve something you're giving up. If you weren't planning on walking into the library anyway, you're not making a sacrifice. You're maintaining a lifestyle of ignorance. The Obama Presidential Center includes a library, educational programs, exhibits, and community spaces. The reaction from some of these people is, don't threaten me with a good time. Congratulations. You have successfully vowed not to visit a place dedicated to reading, learning, and history. The librarians are reportedly taking the news as hard as the moon took my boycott. And if we're being real, a boycott only works when you're withholding something that was actually going to happen. If you've never set foot there, never planned to visit, and never intended to spend a dime, you're not boycotting. You're simply continuing your regularly scheduled programming. And the funniest part is how dramatic they make it sound. We're boycotting the Obama Presidential Center. Okay. And I'm boycotting the moon. The moon and I have reached an impasse. The Obama Presidential Center was never built to attract people who spend their days rage posting about Barack Obama on Facebook. That's like walking into a vegan restaurant and announcing you're boycotting tofu. Nobody is surprised. Nobody is devastated. Nobody is losing sleep. Meanwhile, the center opened, people showed up, the speeches happened, the photos were taken, and life moved on exactly as expected. So, congratulations on the boycott, I guess. You have successfully avoided going somewhere you never wanted to go, weren't invited to, and had no plans to visit. Mission accomplished. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, share it, save your seat, and follow for more. This is the Notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
The Obama Library went over budget and people ain't getting paid. That's the story that they out here peddling. And y'all, when we say words matter and context matter, see, the people who need to be in the damn library ain't in there. Y'all ain't in there. Because the little man that's, that y'all support said he ain't building a presidential library. His shit gonna be a hotel. He's like, because he don't build libraries. I bet you don't. And we know you don't, because you don't read for shit. You can't read for shit. You don't comprehend well. And then y'all try to twist the narrative. Now, here's the thing, y'all. And I want y'all to be abundantly clear when we talk about this, because here's so many of y'all either sharing that one little angry ass old lady that was talking about how his library displaced people. I have talked to people who live, can see the library, who pass by the library to get to their house. And they're like, that lady's lying. Nobody got displaced. That area has been empty for a minute. The only taxpayer dollars that were spent was for the infrastructure part, and that is standard across any building that is in a city. Standard. Because, again, you are dealing with the overall infrastructure of the area. So that is standard. Obama raised all that money for his own building to be built. He did not use taxpayer dollars to build that building. Now, I know that y'all are out there watching a little entertainment shit, Fox News and whatnot, and they telling y'all something different, but, or they telling y'all a half-ass story. Because they're also talking about these subcontractors and stuff that are not, they're talking about, one man was on there talking about how he ain't slept a full 6 to 8 hours in a year or something like that because he ain't been paid, and he's a small business, and he's just like, oh, they didn't pay us. No. Obama's ain't got nothing to do with paying y'all. Y'all are supposed to be talking to your contractor. Y'all are subcontractors. You're supposed to be talking to your contractor. The contractors were paid. And see, here's the thing. If you watch that little segment and whatnot, he says that the contractors were paid, but he said the subcontractors were not paid. And so they're waiting on Obama to, no, you're waiting on your contractor to pay you. And that's why, whatever the case may be, you probably ain't finished the work. That's probably what it is. And that contractor was like, hell no. So y'all, pay attention, because y'all got these people out here just saying anything, trying to make it like the Obamas is out here skimping out like they wispy and whatnot. Because we know wispy will take you to court until you ain't got no more money no more, and then you just don't even want to fight no more. You just like, fuck it. But that's not what's happening with the Obama library. And like I said, that little lady out there talking about people was displaced and all other stuff, and that lady been hollering for years, and ain't no validity to none of the shit she's saying. And if you want to get in my comments, then maybe you need to be getting one of them library cards too, so you can read some of the information text, so you can not be willfully obtuse out here, because all this information at y'all's fingertips and y'all still choose to be slow is wild and crazy work to me. But ignorance is bliss, I guess. I don't know, which will lead me into the Jay-Z situation, so we'll talk about that too, y'all. Reading is fundamental. Comprehension is key.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm serious. I'll be real serious. Hey, y'all. So MAGA and the conservatives and some political groups, wait for it, said they're gonna boycott Barack Obama. Barack Obama presidential library. Like he was gonna show up anyway. Let me find out. So MAGA and conservatives and some of the political people, I guess, on the right side, right side, said they're gonna boycott the Barack Obama presidential library. Come on, get the fuck out of here, y'all. Like, are they really fucking serious? Like, do they really know that we can give a rat's ass? Do they really know that they want to go anyway? Do they really know that we can give shit? Like, y'all, I can't. I'm gonna just leave this one right here with my followers. Y'all, I can't. Look, don't laugh at me. Laugh with me, because y'all know. I can't. Yeah, y'all. Like, we don't care. Nobody care. I promise you, Barack and Michelle are not huddling in a corner saying, "Oh my God, they're not gonna come and support us." Like we can give a rat's ass. So do they realize that they're not with them not participating in going that it ain't gonna take shit away from the Obamas, that it ain't gonna remove nothing away from black people? Like, y'all work so hard allowing Barack Obama to just take over your mind completely. Like, let's focus on the moment that we on, which is your guy, okay? So we don't care if you don't go to that. You ain't got to participate in none of that shit. You ain't got to do that. Go. You got a whole mall down here in D.C. Go to the mall. Go do hopscotch. You know, do a game of hopscotch. Do hide and go seek. Do red light, green light. Do I got you. Ooh, do peekaboo. Peekaboo. I see you. Peekaboo. Y'all play those games. Play those games. Cause guess what? We don't give a fuck. We don't. Boycott. Don't participate. We don't give a fuck. And I promise you, the Obamas don't either. Have the day you motherfucker deserve.
Now, I know I ain't just ran across some shit where they talking about boycotting the Obama library. Ask these niggas to spell library first off. Ask these niggas to actually pick up a book. Ask these niggas to spell now. Ask them to spell no. They have the nerve to boycott the Obama library. And then I'm watching Fox News and Laura Trump with her hairdo. I don't know if she whoever put her weave in, nigga, got her looking like she got a short, her hair right here, her real hair right here. The rest of the shit hit back here. Her weave is confused, nigga. She is unbelievable and don't know what style she going for while she's sitting on thumb out. The only library that I'm looking forward to is the Trump library. Sure, bitch, because it's going to have all those stolen artifacts in it. That library, like I said, is going to be a prime example of what not to do as a president. He's probably going to have some motherfucking Epstein files in there. He's going to have some stolen documents from the golf clubs in there. He's going to have a motherfucking Qatari jet that he stole. He's probably going to try to put old bankrupted ass casino. Of course, he's going to have the gold leaf that he fucking hot glued all over the White House up in there. They ain't gonna be nary a book. Not one motherfucking book. There might be a braille plaque. Braille, nigga, because they can't read nothing else, bitch. And y'all gonna have to have a tour guide to walk y'all through that motherfucker to try to explain to you that this was wrong. All of this here, wrong. Everything in this bitch, wrong. And then at the end of the tour of the library, you have all the Epstein victims sitting up there telling their tales of woes and letting everybody know the kind of motherfucker that sat up in that motherfucking White House for 2 terms and didn't do a goddamn thing. He doesn't deserve a library. He deserves a jail cell that we can walk through and look at his ass like he's a fucking caged monkey. Y'all need to let Obama alone. Leave him alone. That black man does not think about y'all the way that y'all think about him. And if y'all hate black people so much as I end out this video, hate us enough to leave us the fuck alone. Hate us enough to leave us the fuck alone. Bet you won't. Because you don't have a talking point. You don't have a life. You don't have breath in you. You don't have shit without us. And it is starting to be quite fucking annoying. Get your own shit. Move around. Find something else to talk about. Can't y'all talk about each other? Can't y'all deal with each other? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't because y'all can't trust each other. And motherfuckers hanging around each other that will stab each other in the back is quite a sad existence. And that's what you racist motherfuckers will do. Y'all will turn on each other in a motherfucking heartbeat. That's why the topic of the conversation is always niggas. Because y'all are worse than the fucking scum in that goddamn algae filled pond, bitch.
All right, so it was hard not to notice the juxtaposition between the Obamas and all the former presidents who had the big ceremony for the Obamas. I don't know if it's a library or whatever they were opening there in Chicago, but it was just such a beautiful ceremony with nothing but class personified of all the former presidents and the first ladies coming together, and you just saw what real strength looks like, right, from Obama. And as young men, when you look to who do I want to emulate, and you have a choice between Donald Trump and Barack Obama, there is no choice. I mean, it's clear that you would want to take on the qualities and the traits of a Barack Obama. Poised, calm, humble, stoic, and an effective leader who resided over a better economy, who brought, medical insurance to people who didn't have it or couldn't afford it before. I mean, you look at those presidents and you go down the line. I mean, I hate to say it, but the Democratic presidents brought infrastructure bills, health care bills, Social Security, bills, everything that benefits middle class and average working families were laws passed by the Democratic presidents. And then you look at the one Republican president that was up there, George Bush, who got us into 2 wars that we couldn't even get ourselves out of. So all I'm saying is, young men, emulate quiet strength, poise. All those guys like Trump that are yapping and talking and complaining and whining and arguing, that's just a massive, deep insecurity. They feel weak, so they try to project strength. But people who really have strength and really know who they are, like somebody like Barack Obama, and Michelle goes up there and said, this guy never lost his temper. This guy never lost his cool. In the middle of some of the biggest challenges in his presidency, he kept calm and he kept cool. And that's the sign of a real man. You can throw all the fights you want on the front lawn of the White House to project that you're a tough guy. But Barack Obama, like De Niro said in A Bronx Tale, the working man's the tough guy, okay? The guy who gets up every day, goes to work, does the right thing. That's the tough guy, not these wannabe tough guys. Damn.
So apparently Trump-tards are boycotting the Obama library. As if any of you ever been in any fucking library. Are you boycotting all of them? Are you gonna boycott showering too? As if you do that. 2 things Trump-tards have never been in the inside of. A library and the female's vagina.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for joining. Hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out for you guys. And the truth is, I don't know why, if these people are obsessed with us, if these people are obsessed with the things we do, if the people are obsessed with the progress, the success of Black people, why can't they just go without saying it? Why can't they just find their way without having to echo it out, without having to let us hear some of their nonsense that they literally have? I'm surprised when these people were coming out to be like, oh, they want to come and boycott Obama's library, the whole Obama, the one that gave you the name you were working with, the one that helped America. When Obama was literally ruling, a lot of white folks, Latinos, Hispanics, Mexicans, Asians, they were always in the force of saying, oh, they don't even know how to do this. He don't even know how to do that. He is not a great president. To the point, I even did a particular video on my channel on TikTok, and these people have the audacity come into my comment section to be like, I should never compare Obama and Trump, that Trump is far better than Obama. But right now that they are seeing the reality, I'm not seeing them coming to drop such comments, because I sometimes go back to my comments and I type to them, are you sure Trump is still the greatest? and nobody is saying anything. I remember when they were singing, I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. They don't want us to hear a word because they thought Obama was that bad to them. They thought that every single thing relating to the Obamas irritates them so much because why? It is someone that look like me anyways. So what else do I expect? And now these people now have the right. After these people use their own mouth, I will play the clip. I will do a particular another bunch of videos where you literally see the orange man opening his mouth to say, oh, that's actually an old fashioned when they were literally doing the library, right? But this man single-handedly did this library without taxpayers' money. He did it from his pockets. He did it without destroying things. He did it without the people that thought that they want to boycott, it is that their support. And now you people are not pleased with it. You cannot still mind your business, keep quiet and go your way. You still have to open your mouth to say, oh, it's not that great. We are boycotting. Why did I need an ID card? See, some of these black people, some of these black creators that I see always trying to attack what black Americans are doing. I don't know who is literally feeding you people, honestly. I don't know how people are getting your information from. Because how can you, for crying out loud, a black creator, not okay, like I said, it's everybody's choice. If you want to like anybody, you want to dislike anybody, it is your choice. Everybody have their own choice. But you don't like black people enough and you are black and you think that you can literally identify as white. You think that your proximity to whiteness literally make you white. I see a lot of black creators, like black American creators, have to some point where by the one of them was literally saying that why do Obama need an ID card? That if it was the white folks that did this, it would have been this, it would have been that. We hated white folks, blah blah blah. Nobody hates white people. That is one thing you should know. But everybody is saying, let's all mind our business and mind our success lane. That is just it. It is still these white folks that are always obsessed with every single thing that black people are doing. If no exception, what is bringing white ID card? Is it your business? A library that has literally been booked for the whole of this year to even next year. Go and check. It has been booked. For those of us that love reading, for those of us that love to study, for those of us that understand the four words of university, not people that did not do anything. You don't even read book and you want to boycott. What are you boycotting for? Or what are you literally boycotting? You people are just so obsessed with black man's success. You people are just so obsessed. You people would have been so happy if Obama is falling. The Obamas cannot fall. Look at his wife, Michelle Obama. She's making way for herself. She's making wave. Even when people tried everything you tried on Netflix, we came out and you people know what happened at the end of the day. So why wanting to boycott a library that you won't even have a chance to be there? Because before it will get to your turn, maybe probably rapture must have taken place. So to all the Latinos, Hispanics, Mexican, Asians, white people, to all other races that are screaming, we want to boycott, we want to boycott, please go ahead and do that. Okay? Because go check the celebration. It was massive. It was huge. It was huge. Look at the people that came. They were even looking Joe Biden. Guys, I don't want to say too much. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like all to say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Ciao, ciao.